Good morning. Today we are going to start with a new topic from the module 4. What the module 4 contains in the sense, these are the three topics. One is packages, another one is interfaces, another one is multi-threading. Okay. These are the three topics module 4 contains. What do you mean by packages? You are going to learn in today's class. Interfaces, I have clearly explained when I'm explaining the inheritances concept. When we have a multiple inheritance, how we can solve that issue, that we can solve with the interfaces concept. And multi-threading, how we can perform how we can perform two tasks at a time, that we are going to learn in the multi-threading. First, now we will come up with the packages. Do anyone have an idea what do you mean by a package? Package is nothing but it is just a group of similar classes. Okay, a group of similar type of classes. How I can say that collection, I mean when you say that array it is a collection of similar data types, I can say that package is nothing but it is just a group of similar types of classes, or it can be an interfaces or subclasses. Okay, packages is nothing but just it is a group of similar types of classes, or it can be interfaces, or it can be subclasses. Okay, now in the packages there are two types. Here there are two types. What are the two types in the sense? One is user defined, another one is built-in. Another one is built-in packages. Built-in packages are nothing but, as we know that java.io.start. In the sense, Java is one of the class, I mean .io is one of the class, and that we are going to have n number of classes. When I given start, all the classes which are present in an IO, after that we can extract all the classes like that. Okay, now one is built user defined. I'll show how we can create it. Okay, now how to access a package from another package. How to access a package from another package. There are three ways. One is import package dot start. Give semicolon. Second, import package dot specific class name, give semicolon. Next, third one, fully qualified name. We are going to have. These are the three different ways we can package from one class to the another class. Now, I'll create one package and I'll show how to create a package. Okay, now this is your Eclipse IDE. Under the source folder, new, I mean on the source folder, you right click, then you're going to get one menu. In that you click on new. Under the new, again you're going to have a name called package. Package is nothing but you can have similar to your folders. Okay, folder within a folder, folder within a folder. So when I click on package, here I'm going to get a name. You have to give a name for your package. So when I give like this, I'm going to get, I'll give some package name it as simple pk. PKG. I'll give simple package and I'll click on finish. Okay, you can check it out. Here you're going to create. Under this, if you want to create a class called A, just you click on finish. You can check it out. You're going to get a package just like package page. This okay, 1 minute. Sorry. Del program files. See, in the folder, in the Eclipse workspace, have created one folder which is called as packages. Under this packages, again in the there will be some number of folders, and again in the source have create one package which is called as simple pkg. In that I have a class called A. You can check it out. I have created a package called simple pkg. This is a folder which it is created inside the packages. Okay. This is how we can create the packages. Now we got it. So what we are going to have here, like example in the class A, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one method which is called as message. Public void msg. Just one message I'm going to create. So under this, what I'm going to do, just I'll write one message, system.out.print ln hello. I'll just write hello and I'll give semicolon. That's it. One package I have created, and I'll save the code. Under the same, I'm going to create another one package here. Source, new package, sample, or what I can read. I'll change it. This I'll change it to pack so that you'll have an idea. Refactor, rename. Here I'll write it to pack. Save the code. Okay, now it is created as a pack. Again, under this, I'm going to create another one package. Inside within this pack, again, I'm going to create another one package. Package, pack dot. You have to give pack dot. Then you can give some name. You can give any name. So I'll create pkg. I'll create one. Click on finish. Now you can check it out. Pack within a pack, we got it. Okay. Now, under this, I'm going to create another one class which is called B. Class B I'll create. Here I'm going to extract main method and I'll click on finish. Okay. It is very similar that how to access one class from the another class, how to import, I'll show you. That's it for you. Okay, here I'm going to create an object of class A obj is equal to new A. If semicolon. So obj dot message msg, give semicolon and save the code. Now you can check it out here. The class what I have written here, which is outside the package. You can check it out. The class what I'm accessing here, which is outside of your package. But when you're writing of this, you can check it out at the top. It is obviously it is imported the class. Import pack.a. Import pack.a. In the sense, what I'm extracting the class here, it is extracting. Rather than this, you can give star. So what all the classes which are present in the pack class, all the classes are going to be existed in this package. I mean, in this class. Whatever the classes, if you want to extract, you can extract. Now I'll save it. I mean, I'll execute and I'll show the message which is present. Sorry, the method which is present in the message that will be extracted and that will be going to be get executed. Why? Because we have imported that particular class to your current class. Run the code. See, now we got it. Hello. Now we got it. Hello. Like this. So we can create a packages like this. So you can make use of B also there. Here in the A, you have one method. You can call public static void main string of args. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an object of B class. B is equal to new. Sorry. Oh, there is no any method there. So now I'll copy paste the same message there. B. Here I'll write one method. I'll save the code. And now BB. Here I have got an error. I have to import that particular class, change it to B pack. See, if I want to extract B class in the current class A, we have to import that particular class. Under the pack, I have a package called pkg. Under the pkg, we am going to extract a class called B. So now I'm getting B here. B.msg. That's it. Give semicolon, save the code and run the code. You're going to get a output. See, hello. If I want to access from one class to the another class, the classes without extending keyword, we can make use of packages like this. This is the first one which I have used using package name dot start. Okay, as I have explained here in the WordPad, you can check it out. Import package dot start. This is all. The same web here I have written class name. No, you can write it star. That's it. Save the code. If I, as I've explained the second one, import package dot class name. Import package dot class name. If I want to access the specific class from this class A, then what I should change here? Remove star and write it B. That's it. And save the code. Here, in this class, if I want to access class A object, class A's data, then you need to remove the star and you make use of A. So then here it will be coming up your specific classes we are going to come up with this. Okay, this is your second option, importing package dot class name. You can check it out. Where pack is your package name, dot A is your class name. We are accessing here. Now we will come up with the third one, fully qualified class name. Sorry, fully qualified names. Do anyone have an idea how to extract fully qualified names? Do anyone have an idea how to extract fully qualified names? Do anyone have an idea how to access a fully qualified names. You can make sure that here in the A class, I have not written any package. So I have not imported any here. So just I have written public class A and one message. Now I have to extract this message to the class B, and this class B is presented in some other package. You can check it out here in the side panel. A is in the package called pack. B is presented in the class called, package called mypack. How should I access the class which is present in one package to the another package? How to access? Okay, that you can use it with the previous two methods. Now I want to make use of with the fully qualified names. How to access that? Now I need to access with the fully qualified names. How to access that? Very simple. Very simple. How you are going to do it in the sense? What is the package name where your class stored? What is the package name that class A has been stored? Students, my question is, in which package class A is stored?
Pack.
Yes?
Pack, sir.
Pack. Yes. So you have to call pack dot A. Pack dot A and reference variable equal to new. Again, pack dot A. That's it. This is how we are going to call it as an fully qualified name. Okay. When we are calling an object, or when we are creating an object with the package name, we are going to call it as a fully qualified name. Okay. For this, we are going to call it as a package pack.a obj reference variable is equal to new pack.a. For whole thing, we are going to call it as a fully qualified name. So now I am going to call this MSG method in the class B class. I have created fully qualified name. Save the code. Now with this obj reference, I am going to call a method which is present in the class called A, and that class A has stored some other package. Okay, obj message. Save the code and run the code. You can check it out. We are going to get the output. Is it clear, students, how to create a package, how to access the class from one package to the another package? Have you understood? Is it clear? I need an answer from you people. If you sit blindly, I cannot accept the answers whatever you give. And later you will say that sir have not explained properly. Is it clear for everyone? Have you understood the topic, what I have explained now? How to create package, how to access a class from one package to the another package. What are the three different ways we can make use of it? The class. Okay, what are the advantages of this package in the sense? There are three advantages. The first advantage is, when we are using a package, we are going to categorize the classes and interfaces. Okay, if we create a package called arithmetic, within that package, all the arithmetic classes or methods, we are going to write it. Okay, so whenever we want to extract any method with respect to the numerical or methods for the mathematics, we are going to extract from the package. That is the one. The second thing is the packages which provides the access protection. We are going to provide an access protections for that. Do anyone know that what are the different types of access specifiers we have?
Public, private,
What are the
protected.
Yes, come again, please.
Public, private, and protected.
Public, private, protected, and we have another one access specifier which is called as default. Okay, private, public, protected, and default. Okay, next, third advantage is Java packages which we are going to remove the naming collision. Naming collisions it will remove. Like example here, we have a sample folder. Under the sample folder, we have a source. Under this, I have n number of classes. Can I have two classes with the same name in this source folder? In the sample folder, can I have two classes with the same name? Yes or no? Can I have the same class names within the source folder which contains in the sample folder? Like example here, I have scopes. Can I create another one class name with the same called scopes? Can I create it? Hey, yes or no, Semi? We can create or not? Okay, one answer I have got. What about the other answers? Yes, the answer is no. We cannot create two class names within the same folder. To avoid that collision, we had come up with a picture called concept called packages, where in the my pack I can create a class called a.java. In the same folder, in the another package which is called as pack, in that pack folder I can create b.java folder. Yes, can I create or not? Can we create or not? Whereas coming into the packages concept, can we create a class name? Sorry, can we create a classes in the different packages with the same name?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can create. That also I'll show it for you. So that is the one advantage we have with the packages. So where you can check it out here. Okay, I'll come up with the pack folder. Here I'm going to create a class called addition. Addition. Okay, then I'll click on finish. Now you can check it out here. Addition class is created within the package called pack. Now I'll go for my pack package. Now I'll come to I'll create one class which is called as of addition. Now I'll click on finish. Now you can check it out here. I have an addition. Here also I have an addition. So here we can write it in a different ways. This will avoid the collisioning of your things. Is it clear? Have you understood? Have you understood? Okay. Shall I proceed to the next topic? Shall I proceed to the next topic? Fine. Now I'm explaining with the new topic, which is known as interfaces. Okay. Now, before I'm explaining interfaces topic, have explained in the previous classes what do you mean by an abstraction. Now I want an answer how to declare an abstract method. How to declare an abstract method? Kindly post your answers in the chat box. Kindly post your answers in the chat box. How to declare an abstract method? Write your answers and kindly post it in the chat box. Write just a declaration or signature of your abstract method. How to declare an abstract method? Vikas Ramachandran Nair. Yash Kumar, Janvi, Trupti, Rakshita, Chandana. How we are going to declare? Okay, public return type, method name, parameters. Okay, I'm asking about abstract method, abstraction key.
Sir,
This is not
the word abstract is added in the beginning. It is declared in the parent class.
Yes. Just Bharat had been posted. Abstract type, method name, and parameters. Yes, written correct, Janvi, but before the public, we have to add a keyword called abstract. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, whereas coming to this here, new class where I'm going to create class, interface. Sorry. Pack new interface. How to create an interface? Very simple. Right click on the pack, any one folder, new, click on interfaces. Here I'll create it as an printable. Okay. I'll explain what is and what. Okay, now what do you mean by an interface? Do anyone have an idea what do you mean by an interface? What do you mean by an interface?
It's the same thing as abstract class, sir.
Yes, it is just a blueprint. It is just a blueprint of class. Okay, where here we are going to have an abstract methods and variables. Okay, interface is nothing but it is just a blueprint of the class. In this class, we can have in this interface, we can have abstract methods and variables. When I say that abstract methods, do you are going to define a definition of that method or just a signature? When I say that abstract method, whether you're going to define that particular method or just a signature of a method?
So we won't define it.
Yes, it is just a signature of that method. Whereas coming to the variable, for this variable, you're going to have an access specifier, public, static, and final keyword will be applied by default. By default, if you declared a variable in the interfaces, for that variable, these are the three keywords must and should by default will be applicable: public, static, final. And make sure that in the interfaces, if you declare a variable, must and should you have to assign the value. Must and should you have to assign the value. Otherwise, it will show an error for you people. Okay. And this interfaces in Java we are going to use for an achieve abstraction. And make sure that when we create an interfaces, we cannot instantiate. Okay, we cannot initiate it. Instantiated. In the sense, we cannot create an object for interfaces. It is just like an abstract class. When we have an abstract methods in the interfaces, it is similar to your abstract classes. We cannot create an object for your abstract, interfaces. Is it clear about the interfaces? What do you mean by an interface? What the interface contains? And what we can do with that? Okay. Now I have a doubt. Can we create a relationship between the two classes? Can we create a relationship between two classes? I'm asking one question, students, kindly give reply. Can we create a relationship between two classes? Yes, we can create a relationship between the two classes. Using which keyword? Using which keyword we are going to create a relationship between the two classes? Extends, exactly. Now, my question is, can I create a relationship between the two interfaces? Yes, the answer is correct. I can create a relationship between the two interfaces, like public interface printable extends, another one interface name. Another one interface name. For right now, we will stop it here for one interface. Public interface printable. Okay. Now in this printable, what I'm going to do, just I'm going to declare a method called void print, open and close parenthesis. That's it I'm going to do in this printable interface. Now I'm going to create, here I'll change it to program, okay, addition. In this addition class, I have to implement that printable interface method. Okay. There is a method called print in the printable interface. Now I want to implement this print method in addition class. How to print? How to access that method and how to define a method is just using an implements keyword. Using an implements keyword, I'm going to create a relationship between the interface and the class. Okay, what is the interface name here I can create, which is printable. Done. Save the code. Now here you're going to showing an error. Why? Because I have not written any method within the class. Why? Because there is a method in the printable interface. It gives a suggestion to override the method which is present in the printable here. So when I click here, there is a method called add unimplemented methods. When I click it, automatically the signature of void print method will be appeared in the addition class. See, the signature is generated here automatically. Okay. Now, have you understood how to access the method which is present in the interfaces to the class? Now here what I'm going to do, I'm just implement some name here, like system.out.println hello students. You people are very good. And give semicolon. That's it. Save the code. Now what I'll do, I'll go for a.java. Here I'll change here I'll write a method like public static void main string args. String of args. Okay, now I'll create an object for addition class. Addition A is equal to new addition, open and close parenthesis, give semicolon, A dot. We have a method called print. Save the code and run the code. Now we are going to get an execution of that. See, hello students, you people are very good. Okay, is it clear? Have you understood how to declare an interface? How to implement the method which is present in the interface, and how to run the class. Students, is it clear for everyone? Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'll show with the variable. Here you can check it out in the interface. I'm going to declare a variable called num. I'll give semicolon. You can check it out here. I have an error. Why? Because initialize final field num at the declaration. Why? Because when you declare any variable within the interface, by default, it is going to have public, static, and final. Okay, when I'm explaining final keyword, I have clearly explained when you're applying final keyword for the variable, must and should you have to initialize the value for that variable. So if I have not declared here, you are not going to, this error will not go until you declare a variable, until you initialize the value for num. Now I'll initialize 100. You can check it out. The error has lost. The error went here. We don't have any error right now. Why? Because public, static, final. Whenever you use a final for a variable, must and should, we have to initialize it. Now save the code and you can access the same value here. System dot out dot print ln number equal to plus num. Save the code. Save it. Go for a.java and run the code. Now you are going to get, see, number is equal to 100. Hello students, you people are very good. We are accessing. Okay. Is it clear for everyone? Have you understood how to declare variable? Okay. Now I'll come up with a new way of declaring of your object. Now what I'll do, the same, another one interface I'll create. Now I'll create in the my pack. Right click, new interface. What I'll do, I'll create a drawable. An interface called drawable I'll create. Within this interface, what I'm going to do, I'll just declare one method which is called as a void draw. First, I'm going to declare a method called void draw. Now I have to implement this draw method in the class. Okay, I'll delete this 1 minute. I'll delete this. Addition. Delete. Now I'm going to create one class, new and class. And what I'm going to do, give this class name as rectangle. Okay. Now if I want to import any interfaces for this rectangle class, there is an attribute called here interfaces. Here we can represent our interfaces. So here we have an add. You just click on add. Here we can write our interface name. Can anyone say what is the interface which I have created right now? Kindly don't message and just say me so that I can write it here itself. What is an interface? Drawable. So here you can write it drawable. Here you can check it out. We got an interface. So I'll click this and I'll click on OK. Now we got it drawable. Now you click on finish it. When you accept, when you're creating a class, directly we got this implements drawable. Now, here you can check it out. Add unimplemented methods, you got it. Until you implement this method, you're not going to get an error. And you mean you'll get an error. So I have implemented it here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do in this draw method is, just I'll write one statement. System.out.println drawing rectangle, give semicolon, save the code. Okay. Now, another one class I'm going to create, which is called as circle. New 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 class. Now I'm going to create another one class which is called as circle. I'm going to add an interface which is called as drawable, and I'll click on OK. Click on finish. Okay. Now we are going to add unimplemented methods. Okay, now here, once we have done this, I will write one method, system.out.println of drawing circle. I'll write. And I'll just save the code. Now what I'll do, I'll create one tester class. MyPack new class tester main method. Finish it. You know what I'm going to do here? Suppose if I create an drawable R is equal to new circle, open and close parenthesis. If I call d dot draw, now say me which class methods we are going to include. Like in rectangle, I have a draw method. In the circle, I have a draw method. But at the declaring of a variable side, I have created data type as a drawable, but I'm calling for circle. Now say me which class draw method is going to be get accepted or executed. Yes, I'm asking a question for you people.
So circle.
Obviously it is circle. Why? Because the object which is created is of circle type. Now execute it and check. We are going to get an unresolved compilation problem. D do not, sorry. R. See, drawing circle, we have got it. The same way, if I give here rectangle, if I give rectangle, save the code, and you run, you're going to get your rectangles class. This. Hope everyone have understood. Even though if I declare a data type of interface name, even though it mainly concentrates on your object side part. Students, is it clear for everyone? Have you understood the concept? Yes or no? Bharat, Vikas, Rakshita, Trupti, Prakruti, Janvi. Okay. Now, It's done. Now I'll come up with a new concept, like what is the problem in the multiple interface? When we have two classes with the same name, if I extend that class name, we are going to have an error. Why? Because from which class I have to extract the method, we don't know. Like example, I have drawable class and I have rectangle class. Sorry, rectangle class I have, circle class I have, and draw I have. At the same time, I have draw method here. But when I create for this tester class, if I extends here, extends rectangle and circle, we don't know. We don't know which class method I have to access here. So we had come up with the topic which is called as interfaces. Now I'll solve that type of problem one. Okay. Now in the pack, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give one printable. And in this printable, I'm going to just print, I'm going to write one method, print, open and close, and save the code. That's it. One printable method I have written. Now in this pack again, I'm going to create another one interface, new interface. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create another one interface which is called as show up. Click on finish. Now here what I'm going to create under this showable, one method which is of void print. Sorry, void print. Open and close. So now you can check it out. In the printable also I have a print method. In the show also have a print method. Now it depends upon the class type at the runtime for which class method you are going to access this methods. Now what I'll do, I'll create one class which is of multiple demo. In the interfaces, I have to extract both the interfaces. One is printable, another one is showable. Now you can check it out. I have both the interfaces. We can we can implement more than one interfaces, but we cannot extend more than one class. So now I have multiple demo and for multiple demo, I'm implementing both the classes. One is printable and showable. In both the interfaces, I have one method, which is of same method, which is print. So here I'll call add implement method. At that time here, we will get only one method. Why? Because we are getting this one method, the implements which is provided by the class. So it will take from any one of this and it will take your take for an implementation. Here what I'm going to do in this particular print method, I'll just create one statement, system.out.print ln hi hello. So I'll give semicolon. I'll save the code. Done. Now I'm going to create one tester class. New class tester, public static void main. Finish it. Okay. Here. In this, just I'm going to create an object for multiple demo. People demo class. M is equal to new multiple demo and plus parenthesis. Now m dot print I will call. Save the code and now You can execute, we will get hi, hello, bacho. So this is how we can implement the multiple interface. As I've said, even I'm explaining content. This is for how we can resolve in the sense the same concept here. Void void print. And both elements in depend upon the class which method it is going to access. Is that for everyone? Have you concept? Yes or no? Ranjit, attendance is not important. You understand the concept. Okay, now I'll come up with the inheritance topic with the interfaces. Just what I'll do, there is a printable interface. Printable interface, I have void print. I have a showable interface. What I'll do here, extends printable. Save the code. Where here I'll change it to show. Okay. I'll just overwrite here. Printable have show method. Showable have a print method. When I come for multiple demo, just I'll extend implements showable. That's it. Save the code. Now here I have a demo. Again, I have an unimplemented method. One is show. Why? Because showable extends printable. So at that time, in virtually void, along with void print, I have void show method also. Virtually, I have void show method also here. So I want to implement in the multiple demo. Why? Because we are implementing showable. Showable have one method, which is of print method. It extends printable method. Print have one method. So show method that I'm extracting here, implementing here. So here I'll create system.out.println. Good known everyone. And get semicolon. Save the code. Go for tester. Again you call m.show. Here you're going to get save the code, run the code. That's it. Student, is it clear for everyone? Do anyone have a doubts? Do anyone have a doubts? Yes. Any other answers? If anyone who have a doubts, you can pose a question. I'll explain it once again. Okay, we'll wind up here and we'll continue in the next class. Don't leave.